Do you truly believe your home is your sanctuary? Do you still hold on to the comforting illusion that as long as you pay your mortgage and keep your lawn mowed, your investment is safe? Think again, because while you are sleeping, while you are at work, and even while you are playing with your children in your backyard, a silent, invisible predator is circling above. A sneaky, calculated tactic used by multi-billion-dollar insurance conglomerates is turning your most valuable asset into a target for high-tech aerial surveillance. This is no longer a conspiracy theory discussed in the dark corners of the internet. This is a corporate mandate. Get ready for the brutal truth about who really holds the strings of control over your assets, your privacy, and your financial future. The walls of your home may be solid, but to the eyes in the sky, they are completely transparent. We have entered a new era of a technological panopticon, where the concept of home is being redefined not by the people who live in it, but by the algorithms that monitor it from 10,000 feet above. You see, the insurance industry is currently facing a crisis of its own making. Between climate change, rising reconstruction costs, and years of questionable risk management, the giants of the industry are bleeding cash. But instead of fixing their business models, they have turned their sights on you. They have decided that the most efficient way to protect their bottom line is to purge their portfolios of anyone who isn't perfect. And they are using technology that was once reserved for the battlefield to do it. Let's look at the first sign of this structural collapse: spy drones and artificial intelligence. This isn't a plot from a sci-fi dystopian movie. It's the cold, hard reality. In the old days, if an insurance company wanted to assess your roof, they would send a human being, a person with a ladder who would knock on your door, look you in the eye, and actually use human judgment. Those days are dead. Now the inspector is a high-resolution camera attached to a drone or a fixed-wing aircraft, and the judge is a computer vision algorithm. Without warning and without a single shred of permission, your roof, your gutters, your backyard, and every intimate detail of your property are being scanned. These drones are looking for what they call risks. But what does that actually mean in the age of AI? It means a patch of moss the size of a dinner plate is flagged as environmental degradation. It means a slightly discolored shingle is categorized as imminent structural failure. It means a child's trampoline or an old pile of lumber from a weekend DIY project is labeled as a liability hazard. The algorithm doesn't care about the context. It doesn't care that your roof has 10 years of life left. It only cares about the data points. And those data points are being used to build a secret profile of your property that you aren't allowed to see. The second sign is the immediate, devastating result of this surveillance. This is where the investigative reality hits your bank account. Once the algorithm flags your property, the machine takes over. You don't get a polite phone call. You get a cold, standardized letter in the mail. It informs you that your policy is being canceled or that your premiums are doubling. Or, in many cases, they issue a demand for repair. They tell you that you have a tiny window of time, sometimes as short as 6 weeks, to replace an entire roof that might cost $30,000, $40,000, or $50,000. Think about the pressure this puts on the average American investor or homeowner. The hidden cost of your mortgage now includes the constant low-level anxiety of keeping your property pixel perfect for a drone's lens. If you can't afford the $30,000 roof repair on a 6-week notice, you lose your coverage. And if you lose your insurance coverage, you are in technical default of your mortgage. Your bank will step in with forced place insurance, which is often 3 to 4 times more expensive and provides half the coverage. This is how the dream of homeownership is being systematically dismantled. It is turning into a nightmare of constant surveillance and mounting debt. Your equity is being siphoned away to pay for risks that a machine decided existed based on a photo taken from 2 miles up in the air. The third sign is the palpable sense of outrage in the death of privacy. We are seeing a fundamental shift in the American psyche. Homeowners across the country are waking up to the fact that their privacy is now an expensive luxury they can no longer afford. There is something deeply unsettling, something that triggers a primal fight-or-flight response about knowing that your house was photographed while you were away or while your family was in the yard without your knowledge. The insurance companies call this efficiency and data-driven underwriting.
We call it an invasion. The system is designed to feed on your vulnerability. It relies on the fact that most people don't have the time, the legal resources, or the technical knowledge to fight back against a satellite image. When a massive corporation tells you, "Our data shows your roof is bad," most people simply buckle under the pressure. They take out a high-interest loan to fix a roof that didn't need fixing, or they accept a predatory insurance rate just to stay compliant with their bank. The convenience that these companies are claiming to be providing is nothing more than a high-tech shakedown. It is a systematic erosion of the rights of the property owner in favor of the risk aversion of the institutional giant. But this is the point in our investigation where we find the discovery, the climax of the narrative that the industry hopes you never find. Because while the system seems invincible, the brutal truth is that the light of transparency is starting to leak in. In Massachusetts, a flicker of resistance has emerged that could change everything. State Representative David LaBeouf has seen through this charade. He recognized that allowing corporations to use secret evidence to cancel contracts is a violation of the fundamental principles of fairness. LaBeouf introduced a landmark bill that aims to strip the mask off this aerial surveillance. If passed, this law would force insurance companies to do something they hate: provide proof. It would require them to reveal the exact images they used to make their decision, the date the images were taken, and most importantly, it would mandate a formal legal path for you, the homeowner, to dispute the findings. This is the loophole the industry is terrified of. Because the moment you have the right to look at the photo, you have the right to prove the algorithm wrong. You have the right to show that the hole in the roof was actually just a shadow from a chimney, or that the debris was actually just a temporary stack of building materials. This legislative movement is the first real sign that we can flip the script. It represents a return to the fair price and fair treatment standards that we discussed in our last investigation. The brutal truth is that without these laws, you are not a property owner. You are a data point in a cold, calculating machine that prioritizes quarterly profits over your right to privacy and your right to your own home. The industry wants you to stay quiet. They want you to believe that the computer is never wrong. But David LaBeouf and a growing number of advocates are proving that the computer is only as good as the humans who programmed it to save their own skin at your expense. We are at a crossroads in the American real estate market. On one side, we have the path of total surveillance, where your assets are constantly audited by invisible eyes, and your financial stability can be wiped out by a single pixel. On the other side, we have the path of transparency and property rights, where technology is used to empower the individual rather than suppress them. The insurance drone scandal is just the tip of the iceberg. It is a symptom of a much larger shift toward the financialization of everything, where your home is no longer a place to live, but a series of risks to be traded on a digital exchange. So, we have to ask the hard question: is a measure like the one in Massachusetts enough to stop this corporate overreach, or is it simply a band-aid on a gaping wound in the American dream? The system is evolving faster than the law can keep up. While we wait for politicians to act, the drones are still flying, the satellites are still clicking, and the algorithms are still deciding your fate. What is the next step to protect your assets? How do you shield your equity from an enemy you can't even see? The truth is, the most powerful tool you have right now is your voice and your awareness. The insurance companies rely on the silent squeeze, the hope that you will just pay the bill and move on. But when we shine a light on these practices, when we share the brutal truth and demand to see the images they're hiding, the power dynamic begins to shift. Don't let your investment be a victim of the secret eye in the sky. Understand the game, know your rights, and never stop questioning the narrative that the giants are trying to sell you. Your home is your castle, but in the 21st century, you have to be the one to defend its airspaces. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have you received one of these non-renewal letters? Have you seen drones over your neighborhood? It's time we start mapping the mappers. Share this video with every property owner you know. The more people who know the truth, the harder it becomes for the system to operate in the shadows. Your financial security depends on it. Stay analytical, stay skeptical, and stay tuned for the next breakdown of the truths they don't want you to see.